In the meantime, how important was it for the Yankees and Aaron Judge to wrap this up now?
Yeah, I think it was extremely important at the winter meetings, and we had speculated on some of our earlier shows. Would it get done at the winter meetings? The Yankee contingency now can head back to New York or wherever their hometowns are and say, okay, we got the big boy locked up in right field. And Aaron Judge has talked about this when his free agency started. Whatever team he signed with, he wanted to get it done relatively early, so he would put that organization in a position to get better with the team around him. Now, if you're the Yankees, you got the big guy locked up. You got to make some decisions. Left field is going, there's a vacancy out there. Do you get rid of some contracts and some players to maybe free up some money? And then obviously pitching is always going to be a big priority with the Yankees.
You know, it's interesting with left field because Benintendi was with them for its second half of last year. You would think that would be easy. He is getting play from other teams, but that seems like a nice slot to have him there, maybe as a leadoff hitter, left-hander in left field, maybe taking advantage of right field. He's got the great bat-to-ball skills.
It sounds perfect, right, Bob? And, you know, when Benintendi came over, obviously, after the trade, got off to a slow start, then found his footing, and then got hurt. We don't know if he liked his time as a New York Yankee, or maybe his market right now that Aaron Judge has signed is blowing up a little bit. Again, the attractive part of his game, and there are a lot of them, Gold Glove outfield, puts the ball in play, you know, can hit you some home runs. It's not a big part of his game, and can steal some bases. So left field is definitely a priority. Cabrera is a guy whose name we don't hear a whole lot this winter. I mean, if maybe you don't sign a left fielder, maybe he gets the reps out in left field. We know he can play all over the place, and versatility is so important in today's game. But the shortstop position gets a lot of talk with the young kids. I'm not so sure why Cabrera's name isn't being talked about more.
Now, Jack has said he thinks Peraza should get every chance to be the starting shortstop. Would you be in agreement with that?
Yeah, I do agree with that. I think he did everything that he needed to do to show everybody out on the field that he's a major league player. Now, with that, he's a young player, and there are going to be some ups and downs. I think one of the greatest compliments he got was by his manager when he described how he went about his business in the clubhouse. When you're a young player and you make it to the big leagues, it's almost more important how you handle yourself in the clubhouse by doing your work early, doing it under the radar, not creating a whole lot of attention in the clubhouse. It sounds like he did that, so you check that one off the list. Now it's how he looked out on the field, which was excellent, smooth, comfortable, and for a young player to be playing in postseason games and to exude that confidence, it tells me that he's ready for the job.
Final thing to think about tonight, we think of free agents this time of year. Brian Cashman might be looking at a trade. What other teams are interested in what players? Peraza, Volpe, obviously. Cabrera has seen his value rise so much because he's so versatile. So maybe keep your eyes on some of that as well, the trade market.
Yeah, that would be interesting for me, but I think the Yankees have put themselves in a position with all of these big contracts of veteran players. You have to have some youth making their way to the big leagues. Cabrera, Peraza, Volpe, these are going to be guys that are going to get their chances because obviously payroll is high. They're young, inexpensive players. They should be getting some shots when we see them down in Tampa.